Yo, what's going on, YouTube family? It's your man Jeremy Doodoo here. I'm chilling on the patio. I'm listening to the ocean breeze. No, I'm playing. I do not live near the ocean. I live out in the city, and you are gonna hear choppers going by. You're gonna hear cars going by. You're gonna hear birds chirping. But I wanted to, experiment a little bit because I'm a designer. That's what we do, and I'm getting some fresh air at the same time. So anyways, what I wanted to talk about in this video today is some wisdom that I heard from an older gentleman that I follow on YouTube, who shared some wisdom about the differences between a thermometer and a thermostat and how that relates to leadership. There was some profound wisdom that I took from this guy, and I wanted to share some of that wisdom with you all because I think like what he shared actually relates a lot to how we work in the real world as designers. Oftentimes when I talk to aspiring designers, they think they have to have all these hard skills, in terms of knowing the prototyping tool, knowing the research methodology to use, how to scope and plan for projects, when in reality I feel like most of what we do as designers is we work with people. 80% of the time we are working with people on teams and trying to understand how to implement solutions with all these different opinions, all these different ideas, all these different constraints that are within the company. And 20% of the time we're actually in Figma, in Adobe, executing on the design, coming up with certain solutions. So hopefully this is a video that helps you see that you can develop certain soft skills in your daily life right now that help you bring value to the teams that you want to work on, even though you're not there yet, right? You might not be there yet, but you can practice these things now so that when you get there, you're emotionally and spiritually prepared for, the situations that get thrown at you. So what this man said in the video that I saw is that a thermometer is very reactive. It just tells you the temperature that's in the room. It doesn't do anything beyond that. Whereas a thermostat, it regulates the temperature that's in the room. So if it gets too cold, it turns up the heat, makes the room a little bit warmer. If it's too hot, it turns on the AC and it makes the room a little bit cooler. Nothing profound there. I get it. How does this relate to design? Well, I feel like as designers, when you're working within a company as a freelancer and you're an entrepreneur, or you're somebody who's working their way up the corporate ladder, like myself, and you work in a large tech company, you can either be very reactive or you can be an influencer on your team and influence the organization and your team in ways that they have not seen before. A wrench is always going to be thrown at you. It's always going to happen. There's always going to be some problem that is out of your control. And you might be asking yourself, Jeremy, I don't have any professional experience. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to university, I'm going to a boot camp, and I don't know what these problems are. So what might happen when you're a freelancer or you're somebody who's a full-time employee at a company is that somebody might need designs tomorrow and they're counting on you and they're blaming you that you're the one that's the showstopper. You are holding everybody back, right? Because your designs are not ready, even though they didn't tell you what you want, what they want. It's on you. You got to figure that out. Priorities might change or shift in the company that you work at. So what you were working on yesterday no longer matters, right? Now there's new priorities that you have to work on. A decision maker might leave. So your manager that you're working with might decide to go to another company, or an executive that has a large say in the project that you work on, they might decide to leave. There's not enough people to do the job. Oftentimes you hear, that there's not enough engineering resources, so we can't work on that feature right now. There might not be a process, right? So they're coming to you to formalize a process. And all of these things are outside of your control most of the time. Figma and Adobe XD is not going to fix these kind of problems, right? The tools that you know and the methodologies that you understand through research are not going to fix these things, right? And there are two different options and routes that you can take when you get faced with these situations. You can either reflect the energy that's around you that might be very doubtful, or you can set the tone on your team and your organization by having the right attitude. So what value can you bring to your team? What value can you bring to the companies that you're applying to? You can bring positive energy, a smile, a freaking smile. You know, I had to make something a little bit more natural. I didn't want to fake it for y'all. But letting that light shine through is something that can boost your team's morale. It can, if you're in a one-on-one conversation with somebody, you don't know if they're having a bad day, but that smile alone can bring a warmer energy to the conversation that you're having. If you're working with a group of people, that smile, that energy can bring all the energy and the positivity that's needed to help people get out of that doubtful mindset if they were having a bad day. If you're curious, right? If you're curious about the way that people feel and the knowledge that they have, you're toning yourself down, right? You're regulating yourself and you're bringing a little bit of a cooler energy. But just being curious is important. When you're looking for alternative solutions, right? Let's say that you proposed a certain design, it's not working out, and it's not technically feasible today. When you look for alternatives, you're turning up the heat, right? You're looking for other ways to get something done, and it might make people feel anxious. They might feel a little bit scared, but you turning up the heat, man. When you are listening and you try to uncover and unpackage, you know, why people don't like the big red button that's on the right side of the page. When you uncover and you listen to the surface level things that they say, and you try to look at the things underneath that, you're cooling yourself down, but you are also regulating the energy that's on your team. When you're confident in what you propose and the way that you speak about the ideas that you have, you turn up the heat. So all of these are ways that you can regulate the energy on your team and bring value to the companies that you apply to. Yeah, you might not be able to communicate that or show that, right, all the time. All these are not all things that you can show in a project, but you can show it in the way that you carry yourself. You know, ask the hiring manager questions. Be curious about the way that they work. Be curious about their processes. Smile when you talk to them. If there's a problem that they have right now, propose a way that you might think about that problem, right? Be confident in the way that you speak to somebody. Listen. Truly listen to what they're saying instead of trying to respond all the time and think about the next thing that you're going to say, because a lot of us do that, right? These are all things that you can do when you talk to hiring managers or talk to people that you're networking with to put you in positions that you want to be in. And you might be saying, Jeremy, I'm not a designer yet. I don't know how to practice that. I could guarantee you right now that if you are doubtful about yourself because, you know, you have an idea that you want to execute on and your parents don't believe in you, your friends don't believe in you, your girlfriend doesn't believe in you, your boyfriend doesn't believe in you, you know, if your friends don't believe in you and you are somebody who accepts that doubt, I guarantee you that you're going to do the same thing as a designer. My mom used to tell me all the time that the way that you do one thing is the way that you do everything. So if you are doubtful, if you're a doubtful person, you can practice changing those bad habits today through doing little things, building confidence in yourself. So let's say that your goal is to save up $10,000 so you can start taking classes at a certain boot camp or a university program that you want to go through, because it's very reputable, you know, when it comes to the field that you want to go through. And your parents doubt that you can save that money. You can start building confidence in yourself to do that today. You might not be eating at all the restaurants that you used to go to. You might start looking at recipes on YouTube and cooking at home, right? You might pick up another part-time gig on the weekends. These are all little things that you can start doing to build confidence in yourself and build confidence in the people around you. Because, you know, the reason that I'm saying this is because when you're a designer in the real world, there's going to be a lot of doubt projected onto you from other people. And you can either take on that doubt or reflect an energy of belief, right? You can form a vision. You can take the first step toward that big vision and help your team understand that. But just bringing those positive things to your team is going to bring so much value. And you probably already have that within you today. And I wanted to help you see that. So yeah, guys, I hope that this video changed your mindset a little bit. If it did, you already know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. If you didn't like me being outside and it was too much noise, and you know, my message didn't get across to you because, you know, planes were flying by and all that crap, let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear, you know, feedback on this video from you guys. But anyways, I hope that you're doing well. Be blessed, stay safe out there. I love y'all. I'll see you guys in the next video.